Hello internet, my name is Lave, coming at you with another review from the London Film Festival, and it's a real doozy for you today. I watched Possessor, which is written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg, son of David Cronenberg. I can't say that I was really aware of Brandon and his work, but I was very curious to find out if he's a chip off the old block. So this one stars Andrea Riseborough as Tasia, an agent working for a secret organisation that has the ability to transplant people's consciousness into another body, allowing them to take control of that body, which they then use to commit assassinations for their high-paying clients. So yeah, this was easily the coolest film that I saw at London Film Festival this year. It's got elements and shades of concepts that I've seen in other films before, like The Matrix, for example, but instead of people jacking into computers, they jack into other people and take control of their bodies. And Andrea Riseborough's character is an up-and-coming agent who's very good at doing that. And after we technically see her perform an assignment, she has a Blade Runner 2049 style psych evaluation test performed by her handler, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh. Love Jennifer Jason Leigh. I do love Andrea Riseborough too. It's a deliberately muted performance from her. The job she does is taking a toll on her. She appears to be losing her humanity and her emotional attachment to her family, but the nature of the story means that she's unfortunately not in the film that much, because she goes into another assignment and she gets transferred out of it, which ultimately means that she's played by someone else, Christopher Abbott, the guy from It Comes at Night, who does a good job as well. It's just I do like Andrea Riseborough, and when she goes into his body, that's where things start to go wrong. I don't want to say too much more for fear of spoilers. This is one of those films that the less you know going in, the better it will be. I will say though that I loved the production design, which is super cool and futuristic, but then it's also analog. Like the cars, for example, all seem to be like from the 50s or the 60s, and all of the tech that they use are all switches and knobs and levers. So this world that Brandon has built is very tangible but still off kilter. This carries over into the visuals with an emphasis on practical and in-camera special effects. I especially liked the sequence when we see Tasia transfer into another body for the first time, but there are some startling and disturbing imagery throughout the film. And like his father, Brandon Cronenberg doesn't shy away from showing you absolutely horrific violence, blood, guts and gore, which made me wince and squirm in my seat. I was like, oh my god. It really does go for shock value from the off, but then it does slow down to take its time to explain the rules of this world. I will say that the film does do a good job of doing that. On more than one occasion, I started to ask questions like if they implant someone into someone else's consciousness via these implants, how do they get the implants in the person in the first place? And then the film goes on to answer that and shows you Andrea Riseborough's character kind of scoping out her target beforehand. So the film does have its own logic, which it follows. So that's my thoughts on Possessor, and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at my enjoyment tracker now. As you can see from my tracker, and as I alluded to earlier, I felt like in the second act the film did slow down and turn into a bit of a slow burn, but the first and third acts are really enthralling. This film in many ways has the same sort of spirit and DNA as a Philip K. Dick short story, which would go on to inspire films like Total Recall and Blade Runner, which are all about kind of our identity and losing our humanity with our relationship with technology. So if that kind of thing is your bag, then you will love this. Again, I'm not too sure how this one is going to be released in light of the current pandemic, but if you do get a chance to see it, watch it. And if you're watching this review in the distant future, I'm very keen to know what you thought about it, so let me know down in the comments. As always, thanks very much for watching this review. If you can, click the like, spread the love, share the lave.